Discovery calls. Some people love them, some people hate them.
Hey, I'm still here.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
I.
Hanging up now.
But nailing a discovery call is one of the biggest parts of being a successful freelancer. It's your first opportunity to impress a prospective client and leave them with a positive impression that will make them desperate to work with you. So, in today's video, let's talk about what a discovery call is, what questions you should ask, and how you can find out if they're the right client for you. Hey everyone, I'm Brant, and this is Indy, a productivity platform to help you manage your freelance business from start to finish. You know those guys that want to charge you thousands of dollars to turn you into a freelancing expert? Well, we're doing it for free because we know just how challenging it can be out there, and we want to make freelancing simple. So if that sounds like the stuff you want to know more about, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these tips. So what is a discovery call? Well, a discovery call is the first conversation you have with a client as soon as they start to express interest. It's an opportunity to get to know a client to see if they will be a good fit for your business and a great person to sell your services to. Because until you jump on a call with someone, it could be hard to find out if they're going to be a good client or a problem client. Now, there's several steps involved in how you can hold a discovery call and deliver a positive outcome. So here's how you can hold a successful discovery call. You first need to schedule the discovery call. Step number 2, you need to do your homework on your lead. Step number 3, create your discovery call script. Step number 4, qualify the lead. And step number 5, end the call on a positive note. Now let's go through the step-by-step process for setting up and holding a discovery call. You'll want to properly plan your discovery call so it's worth both your time and your prospect's time. And there are 3 steps to setting up a discovery call. First, you want to explain the call so they know what to expect and can plan accordingly. Tell them how long you expect the conversation to last and make it clear that you're happy to answer any questions throughout the call. Step number 2, you'll want to schedule the call in a digital calendar. Create a calendar invite and send any important information along with the invitation. Most people use online calendars these days, which makes it pretty easy to add your invitation to your prospect's calendar. And step number 3, you want to follow up with a reminder. Create a reminder for yourself to message them the day before the meeting so that you can let them know that you're excited to talk with them. It's also a polite way to remind them that you two do have a meeting tomorrow. These simple steps will keep you at the top of your prospect's mind and make them much more likely to answer you. The next part of nailing your discovery calls is to do your homework on your lead. Every step of the sales process should be tailored and personalized to your prospective client. You can research their company in several ways. LinkedIn is an excellent way to take a look at their individual employment history, as well as any of the other businesses that they've interacted with. You can also take a look at their company's About Us page so you can get a feel for their business values. Information you should find out about before the call includes interests and hobbies, company details, see if they have a presence on social media platforms, and check to see if there's any common ground that you can use to break the ice at the beginning of the call. Take a look at the company's home webpage to determine its size, the industry they work in, who its clients are, and what its mission statement is. This will help you tailor your discovery call script according to their needs. And lastly, you want to do a Google search on your client to see if there's any valuable insights. Maybe they've won an industry award, or maybe they've had a recent promotion. Congratulating them on these achievements is a great way to begin your call. Another benefit of this pre-call research is to reassure yourself that they're a right fit for your business. Pulling the plug on a client is way easier before the call than it is afterward. The next step in the process is to create your discovery call script. Now, it's good to have a script in front of you to keep you on track throughout the call, but just remember to stay flexible and adapt to the flow of the conversation. The main components of your discovery call script should include building rapport, mention any common interest you found during your research, or offer congratulations on a successful piece of work or promotion. This will immediately put them at ease, and it shows that you care about them. You'll also want to introduce yourself and set the agenda. You'll have spent a lot of time learning about your prospects, but there's no guarantee that they've gone through the same level of research that you have. So begin your sales call with an introduction about yourself, your company, the services you offer, and other businesses that you've helped in the past. Next, you want to ask your discovery call questions. This section is where you uncover the biggest problems that they need help with. You'll also find out how much their budget is and whether you can offer a good solution with your product or service. And finally, you'll want to have a couple of different endings to close the call. So depending on how the call goes, you'll have one ending prepared to schedule a follow-up call if you feel that there's potential to turn the lead into a sale. And you'll have another ending prepared just in case you don't see this relationship moving forward. And remember, this script is just a guide to help you steer the conversation. If the prospect mentions something that you want to dig deeper on, then do what any professional freelancer would do and continue asking questions. You never know, it could be a great way to upsell your services. Some example of discovery questions you can ask to set the scene are, tell me more about your company. What does your role involve? And which metrics are you accountable for? By asking them about their metrics, it'll give them an opportunity to dive more into the specifics of their business so that you can have a better understanding for what would be a successful outcome. And now that we've opened up the discovery call for more discussion, here's your chance to qualify the lead. This call is just as much for you as it is for your client. You're both trying to get a feel for if this is right for your business. And the answers to your discovery questions will help you determine if this lead is qualified or not. So here's a few questions you can ask to help qualify your lead. What are your goals and when do you need to achieve them? Finding out that they need a solution to increase their revenue by 20% in less than a month doesn't leave you with a lot of time to implement a solution. So ask about their timelines and decide if that's doable for you. What are the problems you're looking to resolve? While it's kind of a vague question, it's designed to try and get the lead to volunteer areas that they could use your expertise. This helps you understand their challenges and identify areas that will resolve their problems. You can also dig a little bit deeper and ask them if they have any problems with the area that relates to your expertise, and if they do, what's driving that issue. If that previous question doesn't uncover any ways that you can help them, don't be afraid to get a little bit more direct with your questions. And once you've discovered their issues, find out what the driving force behind them are. And this is where you're going to be able to figure out the solution that you can provide. The next thing you'll want to ask is, why is this a priority now? And why hasn't it been addressed before? You might find out that this has been a long-going problem, and so finding out why it's a priority now will help you figure out the urgency behind the situation. Next, you'll want to ask what success looks like for them. Write down their expectations and decide whether you can meet them or offer them a different set of expectations. And lastly, you'll want to ask them if they already have a plan in place to resolve the problem. And if they don't, then this puts you in a stronger position. Once you've asked these questions to help qualify the client, you'll also want to ask questions that will help you disqualify the client. This is where you find out whether the client has the required budget, need, and realistic timelines to implement the solution. You can start by asking them, what are your primary roadblocks? And what is your timeline and budget for implementation? The answer to these two questions will right away let you know whether they have an unrealistic timeline or whether their budget just isn't high enough to continue pursuing. And the final step to a discovery call is to end the call on a positive note. When the call winds down, you'll know right away whether or not you've gained a potential client. Regardless of whether the lead is qualified, you can still plant some seeds to keep the relationship open for future business. For example, let's say that the lead is unqualified. Well, you can offer to recommend a fellow freelancer who might be a better fit for their business, and in return, you can ask them if they have any friends who might benefit from your product or service. On the other hand, let's say that the lead is qualified. Let them know that you're confident that your service or product will help solve their problems. And after that, it's time to tell your client about the next steps. It might be setting up another discovery call to go deeper into the project, or it might be time to just send the client a contract and have them sign it. Either way, it's important to mention these next steps in the discovery call so your client knows what to expect. You want to keep your client's interest, and there's no guarantee that once this call ends that they'll continue to work with you. That's why it's so important to get them to commit to those next steps while you're talking to them. Having a discovery call with your prospects will help you find out whether or not they're a great fit for your business. And the more calls that you lead, the easier it's going to be to filter out the clients who are not good for your business from the clients who are perfect for your business. For even more tips, you can check out our articles on this topic in the description box below. Along with our video on how you can handle problem clients, you can check that out right here. You can also find a link in the description to Indy's free contracts tool that'll help you create a professional contract in minutes and keep you protected from problem clients. And if you're just starting out in your freelancing journey or you're looking for more advice, hit that subscribe button. Indy is a company of freelancers just like you, and we want to give you the tips that we wish we knew along the way to help you grow your business. So let us know in the comments below what you want to know more about, and I'll see you next time.